Welcome back to Perth, West Australia for Operation Hindenburg. I think it's now turned 24 in the war, 24.6 for the Soviet Russians. It is the fall winter of 1919, so we'll only be able to do one round of combat. But before we get into the turn, we'll go through the obligatory cards. So we'll just shuffle those. Okay, let's start with the first card and see what we get. Austria-Hungary withdraws. Austria-Hungary withdraws all units from Russian home territories and will no longer lend lease to controlled whites or the Ukraine. They may continue recruitment roles unless southern Ukraine is Soviet controlled. So I don't think Austria-Hungary has any actual units. So this will really just affect them in terms of land lease. Yeah, I don't see that me having to do too much with that card for the moment. So that's the first one. So the second one is Siberian intervention. The Japanese place 1 infantry and 1 artillery in Primorsky Krai. If the territory is Soviet occupied, resolve combat. This is an exception to the US requirement to stay on par with Japanese force level. So they get 1 infantry and 1 artillery. So I'll just add those in now. So 1 infantry. They've already got 1, so I'll just chip that. And 1 artillery. They're building up quite a force there. Okay, so that's that card. And lucky last, the Ottomans withdraw. So the Ottomans must withdraw all units from Russian home territories and no longer lend lease to controlled whites. They continue recruitment roles and lend lease unless Transcaucasia is Soviet controlled. They continue recruitment roles and lend lease unless Transcaucasia is Soviet controlled. Transcaucasia over here is White Russian controlled. So essentially, yeah, they're out. But I don't know where that puts these troops here in North Persia. I'm guessing it's not part of home country. So we might, yeah. Let's withdraw all units from Russian home territories. Yeah, okay. Again, that might just affect lend lease more than anything at this point in the game. Yeah, okay, we won't linger on that too much. All right, so we'll start with the turn. We'll go with diplomacy first because there's no more tech. So we need a 3 to finish our diplomatic conversion of Sweden. And that's 5, so they missed that almost. We'll go into buys, into purchases. So we have 22 IPP to spend. We're going to get 2 trench fighters, 2 mountain infantry, a train, and 2 mustard gas. And that's going to spend all of our IPPs. So that's everything. Handful of battles. Obviously, it's winter, so this will be pretty quick. So firstly, an attrition attack into Amir, into this large force which is looming. And it's 4, so it's nothing. Our next attack will be into Estonia, where there's 1 militia there. So we're going to bring the armoured car and infantry into that particular battle. Yeah, so just be those 2 units going into Estonia, and in defence is just the 1 militia. So we'll do that. That's pretty straightforward. So the infantry with green dice, armoured car will be in red. So the infantry, there's no penalties or anything I can see there. So pretty straightforward. So green dice on a 2, the armoured car will be on a 3. So yeah, unfortunately, nothing there. A 3 and a 4. In defense, he's got 1 militia at a 2. And that's a miss. So Estonia holds. The next battle will be, we're going to bring 2 Cossacks into Lithuania. We're going to bring 1 infantry into there as well. And we'll bring the 2 trains. So, yep. Pretty, again, no terrain modifiers or anything along those lines. So we'll do first strikes first. So we've got the 2 trains. 2 trains on a 3. 1 hit there. So we get the 1 hit. And he's got a first strike of artillery as well. So that's a 7. So we'll take care of that first strike. So he's got an infantry and militia and an artillery, so he'll lose the militia. It's pretty straightforward, no brainer there. So then we'll go on with the rest of the units. So we've got 2 Cossacks, and I'm going to boost those 2 Cossacks by the 2 trains. So the 2 Cossacks will now be firing at a 5. And yeah, there's the last 2 hits. In defense, he's got that 1 infantry left on a 4, and he gets a hit. So we will lose 1 infantry that didn't bother firing, and Lithuania has fallen. So I'll remove that stuff. So Lithuania will have 2 Cossacks in it and 2 trains, and that's gone. I'll put a Soviet Rundle on there. Cool. Our next little battle is going to be, this one's a bit risky as well, but we're at that point in the game where we're just going to go for it. So we're going to bring 1 Cossack into Western Ukraine. It's going to be joined by 1 infantry. So I'll just put that as a chip. It's 1 round of combat. Again, no terrain modifiers in there. So we'll just do that battle. I just might just replace that, just in case. Okay. So just a very small battle. So 1 infantry will be the green dice, and the Cossack will be a blue on a 4. So 2 on a 4. And nothing. And in response, 1 militia on a 2. He gets a hit. So we'll lose the infantry. And that Cossack's going to have to retreat. I'm going to retreat him into eastern Ukraine. I'll just put him to one side because these other units will be involved in a battle in a second. So they're going to go into Teridia. So going into Teridia will be 1 Cossack, 1 artillery, 1 infantry, 1 train. These battles are really small scale. So let's just do the 2 first strikes first. So the train and the artillery. Again, going into Teridia, there is no terrain modifiers. So 2 on a 4, they miss. And so then we've got the Cossack on a 4. So Cossack on a 4, he hits. So in response, the infantry in Teridia on a 4, he misses. So we take that back. So we don't take it back. We take Teridia. That's gone. And put a Soviet Rundle there. Again, I'm guessing, like most Soviet territories, is probably not worth anything. No. Cool. Put that over there. So that's battles done. So just remaining Eastern Ukraine is that single Cossack at this point. All right, so the next battle is going to be into North Caucasia. So we're going to bring 1 artillery, 4 infantry, and a fighter at Donetsk command. And again, that's going to be terrain, mountain terrain. So I don't like my chances here, but you never know. All right, so we start the first strike. So in defense, he's got 1 infantry and 1 militia in North Caucasia. So we're going to start off with the first strike on a 3. That's a nothing. So we've got 4 infantry, 1 of which is boosted, which will be red. The rest will be rolling on 1. So the red dice will be rolling on a 2. And then we might as well throw the plane in there as well. That'll be on a 5, so that'll be a blue dice. So the 3, let's make sure I got that right. 3 on a 1, 1 on a 2, and 1 on a 5. And nothing. Okay, they're really holding on in there. They're really holding on. All right, so in defense, he's got a militia, and we'll make the militia a black dice, and his single infantry on a 4. They're being really problematic, these guys. And the infantry gets a hit. So we'll lose 1 infantry out of Donetsk command. So that'll be down to 1 infantry and 1 fighter in Donetsk command. That was a real bummer. Okay, that didn't go well. All right, now we're going to get into non-combat. So there's more probably non-combat stuff for me to do. Oh crap, I forgot to bring that. That doesn't matter. Okay. So non-combat, we've got this Cossack here in Western Kazakhstan. I'm going to bring that into this one here, Kalmystaya, whatever you pronounce that. So in Kalmystaya, you now got 1 artillery, 1 Cossack, 2 infantry. Donetsk command's going to stay the same. This guy here from Zaristan is going to march over into Kalmystaya. So that's another infantry, so there'll be 3 into there now. These guys have moved, they've moved. And they've moved. He hasn't moved. So this infantry out of Warsaw is going to march into Grondo province. They've all moved. This guy here from Western Russia is going to move 1 into Oral-Kursk, into there. I'm going to rail these 3 artillery pieces out of Burutaya into Amur. So they're going to go into there. Going to march these 4 infantry into Amur with the balloon. Sorry, they're railed together. We're going to move these 4 infantry from Burito into Cheetah. I'm going to move this 1 infantry and artillery from Irkutsk into southern Yakub. Yeah, that one. I'm going to march this guy from Vanvara over into Irkutsk. He's going to stay put. I've already used my rail. And I think I've moved everything. I'm just going to place my stuff now, then I'll do a really quick recap. So I'll place the one train into Zaristan. I'm going to place mustard gas into Amur there. I'll place one mountain infantry into Armenia. I'm going to place one trench fighter into eastern Ukraine. Yep. I'm going to place another another trench fighter into Donetsk Kuban. And my mountain infantry will go into Amur. So I'll do a quick recap. So now in Amur, there is one Cossack, one infantry mustard gas, 3 mountain infantry, 1 regular infantry, 4 artillery. Sorry, there should be 5 infantry, and then as it's 4 plus 1's 5, and a balloon. I said mustard gas there. In Cheetah, there is now 4 infantry. Sorry, I've got my last mustard gas to place. I'm going to place that into Zaristan, into there. Where was I? Yep. So southern Yakutia, I've got the 1 infantry, 1 artillery. Irkutsk, 1 infantry. He hasn't moved in western Yakutia, whatever it is. Turkmenistan, 1 infantry. Zaristan, 1 train. In Kalmystaya, I've got that 1 Cossack. There's now 3 infantry. I'll chip that up. 1 artillery. Donetsk Kuban has 1 1918 fighter, a trench fighter, and an infantry. In eastern Ukraine, there's 1 trench fighter and 1 Cossack. In Turidia, you now have 1 Cossack, 1 artillery, 1 infantry, and 1 train, and a mustard gas. Just attached to that train. In Grundo Province, 1 infantry. Orel-Kursk, 1 infantry. In Lithuania, there is now 2 Cossacks, 2 trains. Latvia has still got the 1 cavalry. Yeah, nothing's changed in northern Belarus. There's still the 1 infantry. Yeah, 1 infantry and 1 armored car. And I think that's it. So I'll turn it back over to you, and hopefully we can smash these turns out. I'll just do my my peacetime income, wartime income, and add that to my 12 IPP. So 8, so that gives me 20 for next turn. And yeah, all yours, my friend. And yeah, that's turn 2 of 5 down. So running out of time here, I think, for the Soviets. All right, I'll see you on the next turn.